Boys and girls, in social studies, we've been talking about Stephen F. Austin and Texas history. And who can tell me something about Stephen F. Austin? Caden.
That he died.
Okay, tell me about it. What do you know about when he died? What happened?
He got sick.
He got sick and he died. Okay. What else can you tell me about Stephen F. Austin? Ben?
Them both like Texas and them both like Daughter State.
Now, when you say when they both liked Texas and they both liked the United States, who are you talking about besides Stephen F. Austin?
George Washington.
Okay. So, how would you say that George Washington and Stephen F. Austin were alike? Why don't we let another friend help answer this question? How were Stephen F. Austin and George Washington alike, Landon?
That because they were both born a long time ago.
Okay. How else are they alike?
They're alike because they both like Texas and America.
Okay. Is there anything else that's similar about George Washington and Stephen F. Austin? Jackson? Oh, you put your hand down. Will, what else did they have in common?
Well, this is about Stephen F. Austin. His dad died, so he is about to bring a lot of families to Texas to join. But he died before that could happen, so Stephen F. Austin did it.
Okay.
His dad.
About how many families did he bring to Texas? Do you remember?
3,000.
Okay, we talked about, he brought about
300.
he brought about 300 families, but that was over 1,000 people. It was over 1,000, okay. What else do we know about Stephen F. Austin, Riley?
He had to carry people across the woods and
Now, what do you mean? Did he carry them, or how did they get there?
It was hard. Steve Austin brought them and helped them to get across the woods.
How were they traveling? Do you remember? Okay. Well, stop and think about it. Did they have cars like we do, Riley?
No, they had those little things. No, wagons. A wagon.
They had wagons. Well, what else did we talk about when we were discussing the wagons and their trip? Autumn?
That they went across rivers.
What else did they do? Chloe?
They had to travel through Indians and wolves and bears.
Cole, what else do we know about Stephen F. Austin or their trip? Put your hand down, Caden. Ty, sit down.
That if they wanted to something like back then they didn't have cars or stores, that's so they would either bring stuff from where they lived to Texas or they would make it.
Okay. Anything else y'all want to share about Stephen F. Austin? Abigail?
I didn't raise my hand.
Oh, I thought your hand was up. Okay. Who's not? Noah. Noah.
They're both born.
Well, who? But Stephen F. Austin and George Washington? Well, yeah, they were both born. This is true. When?
Yeah.
When were they born, Noah?
In your home?
Yes, but were they still living today? Were they born around our time?
No.
No? So would you say they were born a long time ago?
Yeah.
All right. Ty, are you wanting to share about Stephen F. Austin? Okay.
They were like us, and then was the side by side.
Okay. Stephen F. Austin was little like you, and he got to where he was by making good choices as he was growing up. All right. Riley.
Can I answer you?
Just a minute.
They had to go furniture all the way to New London.
New London, or to where they were going in Texas?
My
Yeah.
brother practiced in London. Can I do it again?
All right, Caden.
And they had to make houses with wood, and they had to bring all their tools, and they had to bring all their pans and stuff.
They had to bring all their things with them. The people who came with Stephen F. Austin, what kind of jobs were they planning to do when they got here?
I know.
Jackson.
Two were planning to be a rancher.
Okay, some were going to be ranchers. What else? What other jobs do you think they might have when they got here? Landon.
Farmer.
Okay, ranchers, farmers. Anything else that they might be whenever they came to Texas? Ben?
Might build a store.
They might build a store for the other people. Okay. Cole, do you have something else to share?
They might grow. They might be hunters.
They could be hunters. You know, one thing that nobody has mentioned is Stephen F. Austin has a special name. What is it that we call him? What do we call Stephen F. Austin? No. Abigail, what do we call Stephen F. Austin?
The father of Texas.
Now, why would we call him the father of Texas?
Because
What did he do?
I got one.
He brought all the people to Texas to colonize. Put your shirt down, please. Who else do we say is the father of something?
The coach.
No. I'm talking about somebody famous.
Can I get another one?
Will? Who's the father of America?
George Washington.
George Washington. But George Washington was the president. Was Stephen F. Austin ever the president of
No.
Texas?
But he brought all of those families to Texas. That's why.
And that's why we call him the father of Texas.
Okay.